By far, without a doubt, the most important and popular question around Social Security is, when should I start taking my Social Security benefit? At the age of 62, my FRA, full retirement age, or should I wait until the age of 70? Well, that's what I'm going to be covering for you here in this video. So my goal of this video is to make it as short as possible, clear and concise, straight to the point as I possibly can, as well as leave you in just a matter of minutes here with this video with hopefully answers to your questions and clarifying some of those burning questions that I would gander to bet every single senior at some point has asked this question: when should I take my Social Security benefit? When is the best time for me? I want to maximize my benefit, but also get the money that I've been working for decades of my life and that I've also paid in for. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm going to help you with that here in this video, and I'm going to say this from the very start here. Unfortunately, there's no one size fits all. This is why it's such a confusing question and why so many people really have this question and want to know, what is the best answer for me? Well, I'm going to be giving you some questions and giving you some guidance as far as questions you should be thinking about or asking yourself about your own personal situation that help you guide right into the answer of, hey, this is probably the best time. And again, it's going to be different for every single person. I'll give you the data that we need to know about this, okay? All right, so first off, let's quickly jump into it and just talk about some of the different details and aspects as far as nuances around Social Security that you just need to understand from the very start here. And again, a lot of people don't understand this or recognize that these are some of the different aspects around Social Security and why this is so massively important. Now, I want to point something out super fast. If you are also thinking about applying for Social Security, I would anticipate that you are maybe 65 or over, you're going to be turning 65 soon, or you're maybe already enrolled in Medicare. If that is the case, this phone number right there on the screen is by far your best resource to help you with your Medicare plan for your initial enrollment in a Medicare or whatever it is that you need help with Medicare. That phone number right there is a free resource. Please take advantage of that. Remember, Medicare only pays 80% of your medical expenses. You're on the hook for the other 20%. This team of advisors right there is completely free. They will work with you and they will help find you the best plan at the best price with the best coverages and for what you need personally for your personal situation. Remember, we all need something very, very different, so they will help you find the best plan and make sure that you're properly covered and you're not on the hook for that other 20% that Medicare is not going to pay for it, okay? Make sure that you are not ill covered when it comes down to your Medicare plan. They will help you with all that. Anyway, hope that helps you out. Again, it's a totally 100% free resource. Write that phone number down, again, right there for your initial enrollment into Medicare, or if you're already on Medicare, take advantage of that during annual enrollment. They will help you and make sure that you have the best plan alongside your Medicare. And there's a lot of other awesome benefits that go along with that as well. They can talk to you along with that. And please take advantage of that. Write that phone number down. Okay. So let's talk about some of these just general aspects around Social Security that you just need to understand before you just go ahead and just claim your benefit. Remember, you can claim as early as the age of 62, right? Now, obviously, you already know that, but let's talk about some of the different details around that, okay? You can claim early, but remember, there is a penalty for claiming early, a lifelong penalty that will impact your monthly benefit forever, okay? Just want you to understand that. Forever, benefits will be impacted. Now, I'm not trying to discourage anybody from claiming at 62. If you want to, by all means, do what you got to do for yourself. But again, remember, I will guide you with some questions a little bit later in this video to help you make the best decision for your situation. Okay. If you claim at the age of 62, this will lock in a permanent 30% reduction to your benefit, okay? So for example, if you're getting on average, say $2,000 a month, which by the way, the average retirement benefit check right now is a little over $2,000 per month. If you're going to get the average of say $2,000, a 30% reduction to that would be $600 reduction per month, taking your $2,000 benefit that would have been $2,000 down to $1,400, okay? So just please take that into consideration. Now, every month and realistically every year that you wait to claim your benefit, your monthly check will actually increase. there's a cut to your benefit of 0.05% for every month that you claim your benefit prior to your full retirement age, okay? So if you claim, or what I should say, sorry, if your full retirement age is the age of 67 and you claim at 62, that's 5 full years early. There's a reduction of 0.05% for every month that you claim early. That locks in a 30% reduction, okay? So please take that into consideration. So every month that you get to wait, you get to lock in just a little bit more of a benefit, a little bit more. Every year it continues to ratchet a little bit higher, okay? All right, then that's 62. Obviously, you can claim at 63, 64, 65, 66, anywhere between basically the ages of 62 and 70. You can claim anywhere between that range, okay? Now, let's quickly talk about FRA. That stands for full retirement age. In other words, this is based on the year in which you were born. For example, right now, somebody born in 1960 or after has a full retirement age of the age of 67. Somebody born in 1959 has a full retirement age of 66 and 10 months. Somebody born in 1958 has a full retirement age of 66 and 8 months, okay? Those are just some of the examples, by the way. So anyway, that is your full retirement age. Now, if you file for your benefit at your full retirement age, there will be no extra on top of your benefit, and there'll be no reduction. You just get basically your PIA, primary insurance amount is another way to express that. That's just basically the benefit amount that you may see quoted on your statements that you may get or within your My Social Security account online on the Social Security website. That is what you'll see there. That is the benefit that basically you have earned based on your 35 highest years of income, and they add it all up, they average it out, they index it to inflation, and then basically that is essentially your monthly benefit. Obviously, there's a little bit more of the formula that goes into it, but that's basically the formula to determine how much your benefit is going to be, okay? That's how they determine that. That is your full retirement age. Now, to give you some quick statistics on this, in case you care, 66% of beneficiaries filed for their benefit before their full retirement age, anywhere between the ages of basically 62 in their FRA, whatever that happens to be. It's going to be different for everybody. Well, essentially everybody. About 24% of beneficiaries file right at their FRA, and only 10% of beneficiaries wait until the age of 70. Okay? Now, remember, we just talked about 62. We talked about FRA, full retirement age. Now let's talk about the age of 70. You can file out to the age of 70 if you'd like to. Only about 10% of people wait until the age of 70. Now, what happens if you wait until 70? Every single month that you wait after your FRA, okay, your full retirement age, for every 1 month that you wait after that, out until the age of 70, your benefits will continue to increase by 0.667%, 2/3 of 1%, every single month, which is, by the way, that is 8% per year is how much your benefit will continue to increase every single year out until the age of 70. And then that extra increase to your benefit no longer applies. Okay, so it's not going to increase beyond 70, but that's it. Okay, so just take that into consideration as well. That's kind of a nice little benefit there. Okay, so one little quick analogy. Think of it as a sliding scale, okay? You've got a horizontal line. On the far left side of the line, you have the age of 62. Kind of in the middle-ish, you have your FRA. And on the far right side, you have the age of 70, okay? So the further that you move the line, okay, from 62 over to 70, or basically I should say is over to your full retirement age, the less and less of a reduction that you get. Right at your FRA, you get your full benefit amount, no bonus, no deduction, nothing. You just get your full benefit amount. And then the further that you move the line to the age of 70, the more that your benefit increases. Does that kind of make sense? Right? So a reduction if you claim early, right on at your full retirement, and a bonus. I'm just going to say it as a bonus. Okay, there's technical names to this. I'm calling it a bonus because that's, it's an increase to your benefit for every month that you wait after your FRA up to the age of 70. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, another quick side note that I want to point out super fast. I get a lot of people that ask this, and a lot of people don't understand this or know this, but it's starting at the age of 62. The cost of living adjustment, the COLA, the annual COLA, starts getting applied to your benefit, whether you have applied for and received your benefit or not, doesn't matter. Starting at the age of 62, as soon as you become eligible to receive Social Security, the annual COLAs will start getting applied to your benefit. Even if you do not claim until your FRA or even the age of 68 or 69 or 70, doesn't matter. As soon as you turn 62, the COLAs start applying to your benefit in the background, and you'll get that when you do eventually file, okay? That's a cool little benefit there that a lot of people don't even know. So that's really cool right there, okay? All right, so now the big question is, when should I start taking my Social Security? The burning question everybody wants to know, right? Okay, I wish there were just a one-size-fits-all, just a blanket statement. I wish I could come out and say, well, if you claim at this age, you'll be good. Okay, it's perfect for everybody. I wish I could say that. It's definitely not. Definitely not that the case at all. But here's a couple questions that I want to just present to you to help you make the best decision for you and your personal situation, to give you some guidance as far as, well, this may be something to consider, okay? Now, within these questions I'm going to ask you, some of these, honestly, I don't like asking. It's kind of weird. Just going to be fair with you. But this is the name of the game. When it comes to Social Security, it is a major point that we need to take into consideration. I don't love asking the question, but it is something we need to think about. It's a very, very, very important aspect of Social Security, okay? All right, so question number one would be this. Do you need the money, or are you just going to take it because it's there for you? Okay, I would really take some time thinking about this. If you do not need your Social Security benefit at the moment, and you're, say, 62, 63, 64, 65, some age before your full retirement age, if you do not need the money, as in you're fine without it, you might still be working, you might be living off of a pension or a portfolio or whatever kind of income, savings, that's an option too. If you do not need the money, I would say this, you may want to consider waiting to take your benefit. Why lock in a reduction to your benefit if you don't actually need it? Okay, if you don't need the money to live on or to pay bills or to pay down debts or whatever it is, if you do not need that money, I would just say this, just really consider waiting, because you're going to lock in that penalty for every month that you take your benefit prior to your FRA, okay? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, just think about that for a minute, okay? If you don't need the money, then obviously do what you want for yourself. I'm just saying you may want to think about that. You may want to hold off. But if you absolutely want it, that's okay too. No problem whatsoever, okay? So that's question number one is, do you need the money, or do you just want to take it because it's there for the taking, okay? Just think about that for another one. Next question would be this. Are you still working? If you're before your full retirement age, okay, you know what that is based on your year of birth. If you're before that, if you're still working, you may want to take this into consideration as well, because as soon as you take your benefit prior to your full retirement age, there's also something they call the earnings test. Okay, it's not really a test, but what they do is they look at your earned income, and if your earned income is above the threshold, they garnish your benefit. Okay, not good. Okay, so right now, as I film this video, near the end of 2025, the earnings test is $1,950 per month, or $23,400 for the year. So if you're going to take your benefit prior to your full retirement age, and you're earning more than $23,400, they're going to garnish your benefit at a pace of $1 for every $2 that you earn over the limit. Okay, so if you earn $1,000 over the limit, and they're going to garnish your benefit by $500, okay? Just take that into consideration, please. You will get this money back after you achieve your full retirement age, but in the meantime, they will take that money and they will hold it on you. Not good, right? You don't want to see a reduction in your benefit. The point of taking your benefit is not to get a reduction, right? I mean, that'd be counterproductive right there, if you ask me about that. And if you earn significantly over the limit, you could potentially reduce your benefit to nothing, okay? There's a lot of factors there. You'd have to be earning a pretty high income, and your benefit would have to be relatively low, but you get the point, right? So anyway, take that into consideration. That is called the earnings test, and it's only for those people that are taking their benefit prior to their full retirement age. So take that into consideration as well, okay? By the way, I do have dedicated videos here on the channel talking about the earnings test. We can certainly get into that one in further detail if you want me to. Drop a comment down below. Let me know if you want me to expand on that. Now, here's the question I don't love asking, but we need to think about this one. This was massively important, okay? So forgive me for this question. It's just one we have to ask. How long do you... Okay, let me say this again. How long do you think you're going to live for? Okay, how long do you think you're going to live for? I know, that's a super weird question, but it is definitely a very important question when it comes down to Social Security. Let me say this much. Okay, I'm just going to give some hypothetical examples here. If somebody thinks, based on their situation, based on their heredity, whatever, I don't know, I'm just saying, if somebody thinks that they're going to live until the age of, say, I think I'm going to get until like 75. I don't know. I might think 75 would be good. If that's the case, that person may want to take their Social Security as early as they possibly can because that would make the most sense for their situation. Now, on the other hand, if somebody thinks, based on their situation, hey, I got a really good shot of making it to 90, 93, 95, or beyond. If that's the case, that person would maximize their lifetime earnings by waiting longer to take their benefit because they're going to be getting less checks, but each check will be significantly larger if they wait until their FRA or even until the age of 70. That person would be getting significantly more money across their entire lifetime versus just taking their benefit at 62, even though they will be getting significantly more checks throughout their life. The checks will be smaller at the age of 62 versus waiting until FRA or even waiting till the age of 70. They'll get less checks, but the checks will be significantly higher, resulting in a lifetime income from Social Security significantly higher, like hundreds of thousands of dollars more if they think they're going to live. Now, obviously, none of us know the answer to this question. That's honestly makes it kind of hard, right? So we don't know the answer to this question. It's all a guess, right? So anyway, that is something we seriously want to think about. And again, I know it's not a fun thing to think about. I agree with you. I don't even like asking that question, right? I don't even love talking about it. But it is definitely a very, very, very important aspect of claiming Social Security. Because remember, the only way to continue getting Social Security is somebody has to be living, right? As soon as somebody passes, their benefits stop immediately. Immediately, their benefit stops. That's it. Done, right? So, point being is that very important aspect. If you want to maximize your monthly check and maximize your income from Social Security, taking this into consideration, massively, massively important, okay? All right, so those are some of the questions I just want you to think about and some of the different aspects. Now, obviously, like I said, there's no one size fits all. Unfortunately, I really wish there were, but this is why it's such a confusing question for so many people to understand, which is, when should I take it? Well, the answer is different for everybody, right? For the questions that I just presented to you, it's going to be different for literally every single person, okay? So think about that. Drop some comments down below. What else do you want me to elaborate on? I can certainly come back in another video, but as I said at the beginning of this video, I just want to give you a clear, concise, straight to the point, facts around this, information that you should think about, and some guidance on some different aspects around this that you may want to take into consideration. Now, another little point that I want to just say super fast here. Regardless of when you claim your benefit, whether it's the age of 62, your full retirement age, or the age of 70, break even generally depends on the reports you look at. I've seen some different models out there, but depends on the report you look at. Generally, the break even is right around 80 to 81 years of age. Okay, so regardless, you could take at 62, you could take at the age of your FRA, or the age of 70. Everybody breaks even right around that 80-ish, 81 age range, okay? That's where they all break even. However, if somebody lives significantly beyond that, well, taking their benefit at the age of 62, they're going to be getting significantly less lifetime income out of Social Security. If they waited, well, then their checks will continue to be much larger, and the longer that somebody lives after their break-even point, obviously their lifetime earnings continues to increase substantially the longer that they waited to take their monthly benefit. Okay, just think about that as well. You don't have to take that much into consideration, but I'm just saying right around that 80-ish age range, 80, 81, give or take a little bit, is about when the break-even happens. Okay, so think about that as well. So now here's another point as well. If somebody thinks, hey, I think I'm going to live to 80, doesn't matter when you take your benefit then, essentially, right? I mean, it's only going to be a matter of a few $1,000s at that point. If somebody thinks they're going to be living until the age of 80, you could take at 62, you could take at 70, or anywhere in between, doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's going to be about pretty much the same, okay? Give or take a few $1,000s, maybe, I don't know, a couple of, 10, maybe 20 grand, something like that at the end of the day, which is honestly a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to essentially be very, very similar. It's not going to be a discrepancy of hundreds of thousands of dollars, but rather, a few $1,000s. So just think about it that way as well. Okay, I hope this helps you understand this. Again, I'm going to jump off of here. I don't want this video to get too long. I just want to give you the facts here. If you want me to come back in a separate video, drop some comments down below with your specific questions. I can certainly do that, no problem whatsoever. Let me know what you need from me. I will certainly come back in another video or a dedicated live stream, whatever it happens to be. Let me know. Otherwise, again, if you're currently on Medicare, if you're turning 65, if you're retiring, or if you're enrolling in Social Security and you're going to take your Medicare at the same time, utilize that free resource right there, 100% for free. They will help you with your initial enrollment in a Medicare, and they'll also help you make sure that you have the other 20% that Medicare does not cover, covered with some other type of supplement or a Medigap or an Advantage plan, whatever it happens to be for you. And also remember, if you do not enroll in Medicare within your window, you'll be locking in a lifetime penalty. So please do not do that. You don't want to get a lifetime penalty. Okay, same goes for Part D coverages for prescriptions. Even if you do not need that, if you delay taking Part D, you're going to have a lifetime penalty enrollment when you do eventually take it. A lot of times we find it to be way more advantageous for people just to take Part D coverages, even if they don't need it, just to have that locked in and to make sure that they're not getting the penalty. Anyway, they will help you with all that. Make sure to talk to them 100% for free. Give them a call, just have a conversation, bring your list of Medicare questions. They will help you with all that and make sure that you're properly covered. They have access to well over 20,000 plans, and they've helped about 5,000 of you here in this community so far navigate your Medicare. It's absolutely incredible how many people here in this community have received a lot of help from making a quick call right there, 100% for free. Anyway, give them a call, drop some comments down below. Please subscribe if you're new here. Really appreciate it. Otherwise, share the video. Please share this video. There's a big share button down below, especially if you know anybody that is struggling with this or has these questions around Social Security. Hopefully this will give some information. I hope this video was valuable and informative for your situation. Otherwise, enjoy. Check out the other 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. Down below in the description, I've hand-selected some videos for you. Check those out. At the top of the comment section, I've hand-selected some videos for you there that I've pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Check those out. Otherwise, until next time, have a good one. Hope this helps, and I look forward to seeing you again.